Strider Squadron, proceed to runway. Sortie ASAP.
Our troops have engaged at Farbanti Reconstruction Park, Silver Bridge, and the submerged area. We need you to help our boys in those 3 locations. This'll end the war. It's time. Commence the operation. Our friends are waiting.
Lately, as your company commander, I felt some of you young bucks coming after my championship belt. You're really putting the pressure on me. So I think I'm gonna go out there and run up the score a little bit, just to show you guys how it's done. I trust I can count on all of you to keep up. Let's get out there, take care of business, come back in one piece.
Strider 1, the men below you are to secure the Silver Bridge, but they can't break enemy lines. We have aircraft in addition to you, but our numbers are less than ideal.
Strikes in the sky. Too bad for those guys.
Strider 1, return line is to the north. Head that way if you need to refuel. Good luck, everyone.
I, for one, welcome all.
Count is back in the saddle as Cyclops 2. It's good to be flying with you again, partner.
Shoot. Oh, that's real funny.
We need more air support. We can't hold the bridge much longer without it.
This'll hit.
I'm on my target's tail.
Call reinforcements! Damn it! Should have known it sooner! Enemy missile coming at me! Breaking!
Nice work.
It's no use! We have to retreat! We've got flies buzzing around our heads. Don't take your eyes off them.
They have a lock on you. Shake them!
Enemy backup inbound. Forces are heading for 2 separate combat zones. We need to split our forces in 2 and meet both threats at once.
Trigger, and for either area, Cyclops will take care of the other one.
Roger.
Yeah, that's the ticket. Show the enemy what kind of surprise we've got waiting for them.
Strider 1, missile inbound.
Enemy's got a lock.
Enemy is firing.
Strider 1, target acquired.
Friendly down. Line strike. Evading.
Fox 2! Fox 2!
Bandit acquired. Firing.
Bandit hit.
Evading enemy missile. Controls are responsive. Ejecting. Good luck. Fox 2.
Fox 2.
We can hold out just a little longer. Our plan will be a success. Behind target. Attacking.
Enemy's got a lock.
Breaking to escape lock.
Keep an eye on your radar. All it takes is one missile and you're history.
Hostile lock on you, Strider 1.
Locked on. You're mine.
I've got a sitting duck here.
Enemy missile detected. Evading.
Strider 1, locked on target.
Okay, Trigger. The park is all yours. We'll deal with the other threat.
I'll show you all how it's done.
Target destroyed.
Our air support has stopped the enemy. Advance on the hospital.
Return for resupply.
Missile.
What are you waiting for? Fill up full of lead!
Missile.
Vehicle confirmed destroyed.
Low morale is our real issue right now.
Missile.
They shouldn't have mentioned 3 strikes during the briefing.
Missile. Missile.
Look at what's left of our forces. Damn that 3 strikes!
Boy, am I glad 3 strikes are here.
Missile.
We shouldn't let the enemy take this position. Kill them all!
Missile. Missile.
Strata 1, target acquired. APC eliminated.
Roger, the park will be secured. Unity and Tucson cleared away.
I have seen it. HQ, we're falling back.
Under 6.
We don't stand a chance against their air support. Hold your ground.
Got these guys, but we're somebody like the fire on our asses.
Enemy reinforcements on radar. Take them out.
Hostile forces moving near enemy HQ. We don't have enough units to hold them.
Split up. The longer this drags on, the greater our losses.
Roger that. They evaded it.
Randy, hostile is blocked.
Missile.
Joey, dodge! This is Randy. I'm hit.
I can't believe we're getting pushed back. It won't last long. Bandit hit. Do not let them through.
Grab 7. The enemy has a lock on me.
Strider 1 down to hostile.
Enemy missile detected. The enemy has lit up. Hopefully it stays that way for a while.
Guys. My job just got that much harder.
Don't stop!
Hold them! Don't let them through!
Target eliminated. Anti-aircraft guns destroyed.
That area's all yours, Strider. We'll back up Helm Squadron at the submerged area.
There's a crack in the enemy's defenses. Send our troops there at once. This should allow us to put up a fight.
Finish them!
Maintain course if you want to go back to resupply.
Strider 1, this is Control Tower. Make your landing check. Too fast. Lower airspeed. Bank right. Lower your nose. You're too high. You're past the guidance limit. Make a visual landing. Strider 1, this is Control Tower. The runway is clear.
Use GPS to locate allies.
Yeah, wait. That's 3 strikes. Stay under and we'll survive.
Target shot down. Fox 3.
They shot down one of us.
No use. headquarters were finished.
Caution. Pull up.
Fox 2.
Caution. Pull up.
Target is in range of guns.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Enemy's got a lock.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
This is the start. There are small boats hiding in the ruins.
Target down.
Take them out before they can approach the fleet.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Take him, it's advanced!
They aren't as good as the ones on Silver Bridge. The enemy has nearly reached headquarters. They're knocking on the front door.
We got a lock.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
We must show a resolve.
Hang in there. Three strikes will be here soon. Look at things. They're relentless.
Missile away. Strutter 1, locked on target. 5 minutes remaining.
Target locked.
Use your binoculars. Three strikes, phaser.
In gun range. Vessel confirmed sunk.
We've lost 30% of our fleet. It's going to be difficult to complete our mission given these circumstances.
Eyeball to Ostrich. Take care of Niner Sierra for us. Roger. We'll provide supporting fire along with target. Our target is Niner Sierra. Prepare the first volley. Ready.
Missile.
Fire!
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Enemy has a lock on you.
We got a lock.
Missile. Missile.
Dodge that missile.
We must take advantage of this opening!
Eyeball. Give us a report.
Missile.
You overdid it. Thanks for the fire support.
Missile.
Roger.
Missile. Missile.
Everyone's requesting backup. It'll take forever to get here.
Eric. The enemy striking back with everything they got. Thanks to our air support, victory is within sight. Let's turn the remaining enemies into start base.
Steer clear of the sunken Allied ship. And how many did we lose?
Missile.
Three strikes is back.
Missile. 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 Missile.
That bridge to establish our position. Use those ground troops all support they need.
Missile.
Break through the enemy lines and make your way to the headquarters.
Dodge that missile.
Missile. Missile. Missile. Missile.
Cyclops 3, Fox 2.
Missile.
We've spotted enemy backup. Check your radars.
Copy.
Trigger. It's about time we finished up here and helped other allies in trouble.
You don't need to try and target every enemy. Just keep your focus. Take one down and move on to the next.
Bandit has a lock on.
Our allies aren't advancing as we hoped. This isn't good. Trigger!
Hit the areas where the enemy forces are thickest.
1-2. Eliminated the enemy resistance. 1, 2, and 3 are making their way to HQ now.
Missile inbound. Missile inbound.
Missile. Missile.
Reduce altitude. Right between the buildings. The balance is in our favor.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
2 minutes remaining.
Missile. Caution. Pull up.
Strutter 1, missile launched.
Missile.
Strutter 1, locked on target.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Don't let them any closer.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
the plane with the 3 strikes. Are you sure? Is it really those pilots from Stonehenge? Missile in the air.
Powerful AA defenses in the AO. Coordinates Tango 28, Lima 39. There's an AA. No unsealing. Protecting the defenses. They were shot on this about before training.
The attacks just keep coming. Target down and out. Enemy sighted.
1 minute remaining.
Landing aircraft.
Your air support considerably weakened organized resistance from the Emergent Army. Operation nearly complete. Just need to see it through.
Understood. Understood.
All right.
Understood. Understood. Understood.
SAM site destroyed. Strata 1, target acquired. 30 seconds remaining.
Drive the enemy back. Take out the defense.
Nice. Target eliminated. Keep firing all the way. Ready. I'm locked on.
All aircraft, listen carefully. This is Lancaster. We have the upper hand. The enemy headquarters is almost ours. Operation to eliminate all enemy satellites also underway. All going according to plan. The end of the war is in sight. Think of something you'd like to eat, guys? Because I'm buying.
Roger that. Man, don't jinx us.
You're right. New bogies. No, 5 Su-30s inbound.
It's Mr. Rex.
What's going on here? I don't believe it. We've just lost ship 3 and 4. We're taking heavy damage. It's like this monster is toying with us out there. We've got to do something.
LRSSG, we have an emergency order from Mission Command. Bring down Mr. X. I know it's a tall order, but HQ wouldn't ask if they didn't have faith in you.
There they are. It's the snowbirds. The 2 leaders are at a different level. But don't underestimate the rest of them either. This should prove to be fun. What do you mean? It's just like you say. The enemy has experienced fighters in their midst. I have a lock. What's this guy eating? Fly like that.
Let's ship is stuck. There's a fighter coming back around.
Don't let Mr. X run wild. Friendlies are suffering heavy damage. Target was not struck.
Fox 2.
Enemy has a lock on you.
Not bad. As good as Wood says. 13 workers, someone lacking.
Mr. X is eating through the Ocean forces.
No. Who are these guys?
Survive is hit. Sorry, I gotta bail out. You did well. Pay attention, break!
Wow, you sure he's human.
Stuck soon after. That's the last we heard from them.
Not long before our forces aroused. Administrative focusing on the leader.
Locked on.
Cyclops 4, enemy on your tail.
Call in our air support ASAP. Yes, I'm talking about them.
Cyclops, Strider, stop Mr. X. Hostile lock on you, Strider 1.
Missile inbound, evasive maneuvers, break!
This is Cyclops 3. What's the hit? Never got to eject.
Take him out one by one. Cyclops 3 is bailed out safely. Don't worry, he's gonna make it. Time to take him for a ride. Man, this is one stubborn bastard. He's on my tail, but he won't fire.
Missile.
Waiting for the perfect shot, eh?
Missile.
Sorry, stranger. My boys will let you have it.
Missile.
Bandit is firing.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Enough with your air show, Wiseman. You're pushing it.
Missile.
Yeah.
Missile.
Oh, Cal, that's sweet.
Missile.
I never knew you cared.
Missile. Missile.
You're all grown up. I'll even let the wisecrack slide.
Hey, I'm being serious here. Missile inbound. Evade.
Caution.
In
Pull
gun
up.
range. Target is hit.
Nice flying. Give him one more. Shaking bandit. You're quite the entertainer, but the show's over with this next shot. Wasn't a bad pilot.
Wiseman, missile closing.
I'll keep him on me. Just a bit longer.
Shit. Cyclops 1 is down.
Cyclops Wiseman down.
Eject already, Wiseman.
I'm sorry, Count.
Missile.
Wiseman, stay strong. We're not done here. Cyclops 2, you've got the lead. Wiseman, shit. Negative, Cyclops 2, you're the lead.
Missile.
I can't do it. Trigger should take command. Duty is yours. That's impossible. Do it. Damn it. Cyclops 4, form an element. We need our top gun if we're gonna take out that bastard.
Missile count.
Missile hit.
Damn.
Now go finish the job.
Get Mr. X, Trigger. Shoot it down, Trigger. You can do it. In fact, you're the only one who can. My radar suddenly turned off.
What is it? Respond.
My data won't update.
My HUD is
Damn it.
glitching out.
What was that?
I've lost radar contact. What's up?
Look at the sky. Towards the sun.
What is that?
A star? No. Maybe an explosion?
This is Soul Squadron. Head home. It's not safe to stick around here if we lose our base.
Listen up. We've just lost our real-time connection with Mission Command. It's not just Mission Command. I'm not getting any response from outside our LOS. Bravante is now under Ocean control. The operation was a success. We didn't get the orders that should have come after the operational success. We'll guide you to the scheduled airport. All aircraft, leave this airspace immediately.
Negative. They've got a debt to pay.
Count, we all feel the same way.
Shit.
So Wiseman died for nothing.
This is a peacekeeping force forward base near Erusian territory. Other Allied aircraft have probably been forced to make emergency landings at other airfields. We don't know much. The mission to capture the capital is nearly complete, but we unfortunately have no intel. The enemy communication satellites are down, and we have confirmed the deaths of several Erusian leaders. But our enemy was smart. They had a similar plan. Our own communication systems were destroyed at approximately the same time. We have no idea when or if they'll come back online. Stand by for further details.
As far as the chaos we find ourselves in these days, it's difficult to say which side pulled the trigger first. Erusia deployed an automatic intercept system with drones. Osea implemented long-range attacks to bypass them. So Erusia decided to sabotage Osea's communications and navigation technology. Erusia couldn't launch a satellite themselves, but they were still able to hack the software of the Osean transmission and navigation systems. Before Osea even noticed, half of their satellites were hijacked. That's when things got ugly. In an attempt to knock out each other's capabilities, both forces launched fighters loaded with anti-satellite missiles at the same time. Only military satellites were targeted. However, their destruction created a debris field in orbit, which wiped out scores of other satellites, both private and government-owned. What kept the world relatively sane up to that point had been free-flowing data and information. But now, those were gone. All that remained was chaos and confusion. Government and civilian broadcasts and transmissions were cut off. The flow of information had ceased. Forces on both sides of the conflict now found themselves unable to communicate with their superiors. Many of the smaller countries annexed by Erusia and yearning for their independence seized the opportunity and started their own uprisings. As for why some of Osia's military decided to break off from the main force and continue on their own, I have no idea. Perhaps there was some sort of dispute over the chain of command. The continent that had once seen wars that were only fought between Osia and Erusia was now full of numerous conflicts between rival leaders vying for power. Insurgencies were everywhere. I even heard a rumor that a group of Osian convicts had rebelled. Rumors. It never ceased to amaze me that even at a crazy time like this, something as trivial as a rumor could find its way here. Communications from corporate were cut off. Apparently, the entire computer network was down. It was a wise decision to make our drones autonomous with AI instead of being radio-controlled. Wise and forward-thinking. Even with their GPS offline, they can still use their sensors to navigate as long as they're working properly. I'm sure the drones are still working perfectly, following their mission orders to the letter. I wish I could upload Mihai's new data to them. But without a connection, I can't upload the software to the active drones. The new ones we're making, though, there should still be enough time to upgrade those before they're activated. I'll be taking the data I've acquired away from the front lines now. Oh, and I'll be taking the girls, too. I told my assistant Masa it was time to get Mihai's granddaughters ready to leave here. She's not much older than the girls, but she has a way about her, and I'm sure she won't have any trouble with them. I saw a plane flying off in the distance. I imagine it was looking for a safer place. The plane had a rose emblem on it.
Erusia's communication networks have been down since their satellites were destroyed. Unfortunately, we are experiencing trouble too. All of Erusia has been affected, and we don't know when things will be back up and running. We're not even sure if this is Erusia's doing. Still, we will follow the strategy that was originally planned, and move on to the next operation after liberating Farbanti. Let's get to it. Since the war began, we've been receiving communications in secret from an officer in the Erusian army.
With the capital under our control, Erusia's radical element is losing support quickly, affecting the balance of power.
HQ is thinking of using the military officer as a way to gain leverage to settle peace negotiations. The officer is currently hiding in the outskirts of Anchorhead Bay, having joined up with support dispatched from the Osean army. The plan is that they'll take a standard vehicle to a rendezvous point at a harbor in the east part of the city, where a helicopter will be waiting.
I would like the new Strider Squadron to provide escort for the officer. Cyclops will remain at the base on standby to serve as defense.
With the communication network currently down in the capital, I very much doubt Erusia will be able to mount a regimented counterattack. However, it is likely that Erusia's intelligence department and the remaining forces who are aware of the officer's movements will interfere. Keep a close eye on the officer and make sure he stays safe. Our victory in Farbanti has given us a golden opportunity to finally end this war. Be safe out there.
Take note that our satellite-based IFF has become unreliable following the recent communications failure. As such, target ID will be done by processing the images from the infrared cameras on your aircraft. Objects will initially appear as unknown on your HUDs, but will be ID'd once you close in on them for a set period of time.
Strider Squadron, you're cleared to taxi.
To the unidentified Osean craft, this is Captain Carl of the Osean Army. Are you here for the escort? You're not the squadron I was expecting. Are you really friendlies? Over.
This is Longcaster. Airborne warning and control system for the Osean Long-Range Strategic Strike Group. Captain Carl, they're on our side.
And those two pilots we've heard about must be here too.
Okay, I hope you're right. Longcaster, are all of these really unknowns?
It's a state of civil war. The Erusian army is fighting itself. There's no guarantee the Oseans won't shoot us in this confusion.
We'll image process the unknowns caught in your cams to identify friend or foe. The process will be faster if you get a close-up, well-centered image.
Meanwhile, we just run if they shoot us, right?
Affirmative. Always identify your target before you fire.
It's something I'll never get used to, but tonight has been a total shock. The city under martial law. Gunfire and the roar of jets echoing through the streets.
Give me Strider Squadron's IDs. Oh, and hand me that sandwich. Strider 1, target acquired.
You guys are moving throughout the war, leading our country even further into ruin.
Entering the Anchorhead Bay area. Buildings will block your line of sight. Make sure to keep track of your objective.
How this war ends depends on this mission. I'm counting on you.
Understood.
I'm surrounded by nothing but men. You were the ones on the radio. We don't know our location. Give us orders.
We have no orders, but we do have ID data. Check your TAC terminal.
Roger that.
Strider Squadron, identify the unknowns along the route.
Perfect. Strider 1 destroyed target.
It is not machines that make the decisions in war. It's people. Understand that.
ID is OC forces. This is AWACS for the LRSSG.
Our intro has been updated. What? We're taking fire from our own allies. Is this place under the rebellion too?
AA gun confirmed destroyed.
Stall warning. Caution. Block.
This is a message to all of you fighting out there. Ask yourselves, what is best for our country?
It's a Russian.
They are responding aggressively.
Gentlemen, if they're conservatives, they'll listen to us. The negotiations were a success, Lancaster. They've opened up a path for us.
The more the merrier. Put an end to bloodshed.
Target is in machine gun range.
We can't see the tops of the roofs from down here. Be on the lookout for enemy ambushes.
We're not ruining our ideals. What point is there in living? That's the choice of country.
We made it through the Anchorhead Bay area. We're heading along Highway 208 under the bridge. We're taking the coastal highway at the next ramp.
All right.
There's a strict curfew, but people gather at bars and other places to learn what's going on.
I can't shake it!
Hot dog, this one's a goner.
Missiles, evade! Houston, squad, this is the Hello Squad. Patriot about duty is gone.
Alert, alert.
Nice work, Leo 2. That's a confirmed kill. You are a true patriot.
There's an unknown on our route. We can't proceed. Wait. The General managed to convince them.
Listen, those that protect General LaBarge are the real patriots. Onward!
Launched. Missile hit.
There's a vehicle up ahead. Think it's gonna ask us to pay a toll? Get closer and find out if it's an enemy vehicle.
We'll go. Let's go.
We archived all the footage that we've shot from when the communication networks come back online.
Missile.
Got ice on my wings.
Missile.
Attack missed.
There's a vehicle blocking the road. No response to hails. It's the radicals.
Signs of the clean warfare at the beginning of this war are now gone.
Strider 1, locked on target.
Trigger has destroyed the target. Nice work. That takes care of that one. We're heading for the highway. Thanks to you. We got out of paying that toll.
Destroyed.
Wax Argus. Those who can hear us are our allies. Your new orders are to dispose of Eduard Labarth. The Ocean Army officer with him is an imposter.
We're almost at landfill number 7. If we can make it through, we'll be in arm's reach of the rendezvous in Grunder Park.
Captain Carl, do you have the means to record this conversation? I wish to explain to you the situation inside Erusia.
I'm sure the boys listening upstairs will record it.
The open declaration of war, expanding the front lines, was all the work of some young Erusian officers. They were referred to as the Radicals, but there was an unseen force guiding them. It was technology they borrowed from the Belgians. When they actually went to war, the performance of the attack drones exceeded their wildest dreams. And they were incredibly clean, which got public opinion and the opportunists within the military on their side. They even manipulated the princess. The Belgian technology advanced UAV research within the Erusian Flight Test Center by at least 10 years. They used the flight data from a former ace pilot to create drone AI, but to us it's no different than magic or alchemy. Airplanes are meant to be flown by human beings. For those of you listening in, am I wrong?
Entering cloud cover.
We're heading towards Grunder Park. Rendezvous point is a helipad on this man-made island. We'll ditch the car and take the helicopter from there.
Fighting with the drones is what got us into this mess.
There are rumors of a military group calling itself the Free Erusians.
Shaking off enemy lock!
An unknown is blocking our scheduled route.
No response. Got a bad feeling.
It's Erusia! Shoot it down!
Missile.
Running missile in the air.
Trigger, that one's Ocean. Do not attack before target identification is complete.
Missile.
On the drone. Whether you're a Patriot or not, you're just too sober to change the times. Fire on that vehicle.
The VIP is taking fire. His vehicle stopped.
Try to help us before we get shot. It's not like this is a tanker or anything.
Captain Carl, we have a new rendezvous point. New coordinates are as follows. 263 Tango 4, 1999 Delta Lima. Rescue team says hostiles are making the area too dangerous.
The general is
Well, yeah, don't they know nowhere is safe?
Squad with the Ocean aircraft. General's orders.
Missile.
Ocean forces have
This fall was sent to another power stable in the Erusian military.
Missile.
It's all gone to hell. Radio chatters about the Civil War. Radio? You have one in your cockpit?
We're about to cross Anchor Bridge. There'll be nowhere to hide.
That was something.
Yeah, ever since my previous squadron. I've got it taped, nice and secure.
An armored vehicle's behind us. It's used by the Erusian forces. Take it out!
Trigger, our VIP is in trouble. Clear the way for him.
Taking fire! Take care of them!
Damn it! We're outnumbered. There were too many conservatives in the Air Force that hated the drones.
We're taking fire! We can't hold off!
Caution. Caution.
I didn't think we were gonna make it, but you saved us. Thanks.
Don't let it happen again.
We're coming up on a tunnel. We'll need to split up until we reach the exit. There's more to Belgian technology than just wings. Thinking IFF designations for one was an astonishing feat. They used it to make drones that resembled Osean fighters. And then to assassinate Harley, put the blame on enemy fighters. But in the end, Belgian technology brought chaos to the world.
I can't believe Ozzy's responsible for Harley's assassination.
Talking politics? That's new.
Can't ignore a story like that, right, Trigger?
Those guys shooting up there, aren't they both Oseans?
Bad news. Hostile armored forces outside of the tunnel. I'm thinking that we should go say hi before they ruin the General's day.
Fire!
Locked on, you're mine. You're in their sights, Strider 1.
Getting out of block. Breaking. Unknown aircraft approaching.
Enemy locked on, breaking.
We're taking heavy fire. Concentrate your fire on the combat vehicle.
Warning.
Strider 1, locked on target. Critical escort objective destroyed. Mission failed. Abort mission.
Even in a time of war,
Bad
it was a
news.
mistake to create
Hostile
something
armored
like
forces outside of the tunnel. I'm thinking that we should go say hi before they ruin the General's day.
Missile.
The General's a real celebrity. Seems everyone wants to meet him.
UAVs are acting strange. They're autonomous, but must be bugged. It's not the drones that are faulty. It's this little Johnny Foxtrot.
Missile. 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 Missile.
You radicals were so busy developing UAVs that you forgot to develop real pilots. You are a disgrace.
Missile away.
Missile. Missile.
Strider 1, target destroyed.
We're taking heavy fire. Concentrate your fire on the combat vehicle. We were nearly done for. I couldn't have asked for better timing.
Nice. Glad to see the Oseans attacking the radicals.
It's Erusian military.
We've reached the industrial zone. This should be the new rendezvous point. The coordinates are up ahead. Take out any enemies in the surrounding area.
Officers from countries annexed by Erusia have taken multiple groups and declared independence.
Glad we waited it. Don't worry, we won't let anybody through after you.
Almost at the rendezvous. Leave the rear to the others.
Understood. The radicals truly believe Extant drone productions will make up for our losses. They should be taking responsibility for the capital's fall, but instead they're prolonging the war. That is why proper conservatives like myself are moving to regain control. If all goes well, we should be able to sign a truce with Osea quickly.
How'd you last long, Caster? We've been briefed and we're here to help.
We've reached the rendezvous point. There's the chopper, too.
Who do we turn to in this darkest hour? We need a beacon of light to show us the way. This is the Erusian News Network.
Strider 1 has entered the clouds.
Okay, let's go. We're getting out of here. I've had just about enough of this place. I'd like to offer my thanks to the LRSSG. This should finally bring about a true end to the war.
Understood. Good luck. unidentified aircraft approaching.
Stall warning.
This plane is carrying civilians. We have escort fighters, but we do not intend to engage in combat. Please stand down.
What's going on?
Try to get a little closer. Weapon use is prohibited.
What's going on? Dr. Schroeder!
Whoa. There's a girl on board?
He's not lying about carrying civilians.
No. Unless she's a soldier.
Weapon use is prohibited. We've checked footage. It does seem to be a transport with escorts.
I repeat, this craft is carrying civilians. We are not here to fight.
Dr. Schroeder, tell me what's happening.
I'm sure I don't need to remind you, but do not attack the civilian liaison.
That's the aircraft my grandfather told me about. The scratches.
There it is. The EASA liaison plane. They engage in witchcraft with Belkin technology. They're responsible for leading the military down the wrong path.
Wait, unknown's attacking the girl's plane.
Alma, hold on tight.
Lancaster, permission to engage.
Negative.
What?
They could be Ocean fighters. ID them ASAP.
Shit.
That's all we can do.
ID complete. They're Erusian fighters. What the hell is going on?
Stay sharp.
Uh-huh.
Right, I'm shooting him down. Any complaints?
Granted.
Wilco.
Wilco.
Yeah, good work. Strider 1 has killed a bandit.
From behind my turret. Careful. Those guys are good.
He has a beat on it.
You'll think those squads get big shots too. I managed to catch a glimpse of the three strikes.
Don't miss.
Aim carefully.
Mine.
Strider 1, target acquired.
No good. Shit.
Missile evaded. Missile away.
See a fighter. Just how long do you plan on getting in my way? Missile fired. Evading.
Bandit destroyed. Well done.
They're in my way. Nice kill.
Good work. All hostile aircraft eliminated. The liaison is safe. Wait.
The escort fighter is... the drive. They're missing the drive.
What the hell? You gotta be kidding me. Liaison escort has a radar lock. They're targeting you guys.
What the hell? We were just helping them.
Erusian aircraft, this is AWACS Lancaster. Do not engage the liaison. Break off now.
Can you hear me on this channel, Ocean craft? Those escort aircraft are drones. They are currently being operated autonomously. They are not being controlled by anyone. They are flying on their own volition.
What?
In that case, we have no choice but to shoot the aircraft down.
Yes.
We did what we could. Weapons free. You are cleared to attack the escort.
Wilco. Understood.
Wilco.
Can't abort the MQ-99 launch. Our commands are overridden.
Strider 1.
Must be accessing it remotely. Which unit is behind this?
Hey, it's not our fault they won't listen to reason. Why build something like that? Whoever did is the king of all dumbasses.
To build something else entirely.
Additional hostiles inbound. Great timing.
Son of a bitch.
Our drones, headed this way. No. The escort must have used its remote activation
How's the lock?
Nickel.
5 bandits remaining.
Nickel.
Damn it. They don't have the drive they need.
Nickel.
Warning, enemy has a beat on you.
It's not enough to be fully functional.
Bandits flashed. That's 4 bandits left.
There has to be a time when it should not function. But when?
UAV's down. 3 bandits to go.
They're after the data, aren't they?
2 bandits left. Show them what you got. Strider 1, missile launched. One bandit to go. Target acquired.
Strider 1, that's what I like to see. Another story to tell my boy.
Understood. All hostiles have been eliminated. Nice. General's helicopter is flying safely outside Anchorhead Bay. All aircraft, RTB, mission complete.
All hostiles, huh?
General, the Ocean aircraft is here to pick us up. The approaching Ocean aircraft.
Ocean's army? Elaborate. They stole our sealed orders. It should be a piece of cake.
Are you sent by the General's staff? No, we'd like you to send... No, I can't!
There are 3 scratches.
What does that mean?
The tail of that plane.
Lancaster, are all of these...
In order to respond to the attack on the base, Cyclops has scrambled after being on standby. We'll head up too, once our planes are ready. Oh, and Labarth is dead.
What did you say?
Apparently, he was shot down by another Ocean aircraft after he left the area of operations. I mean, I know it was chaos, but still. At any rate, the sealed order operation has come to a close. We have no idea about a plan for going forward.
All we can do for now is watch our own backs.
What's up with the commander?
He's staying in his room. He's still alive, since we can hear him crying.
The island we went to was supposed to have been secured by the ground forces. They hadn't gotten a handle on things by the time we got there, so now we were stuck in the middle of a half-assed campaign. My job was to get the planes ready for combat, making repairs and handing them over to our troop of cons. Thing is, the enemy still had the hangars. The comms were still down, so none of us knew what the hell was going on. The last transmission I heard before everything went to shit was that some prisoners from an Ocean military penal unit rioted and managed to escape. They stole some jets and now they were flying around, taking out their former allies left and right. I wonder if any units like ours were out here, creeping around. Hearing the Ocean jets firing at each other overhead chipped away at morale. Since the radio was out, it was quiet. I liked it better that way. All I heard was the gunfire. Here we were, walking around carrying rifles. We were pilots, damn it. Friendly fire will probably kill us. You know things are desperate when the guards that used to lock us into solitary are now telling us it's better we all stick together. I guess they think our odds of surviving this war are better that way. After walking for miles across the battlefield, we came across the wreckage of a plane. Passenger, not military. I knew that rose. It was an Erusian liaison plane. The guards' dogs smelled something and took off. They led us to a cliff. And the bodies.
Today, I lost everything. When Osea attacked our capital, my father, a man who was never really suited to being the king, was killed. I was to be flown out of the war zone to safety, but the plane was shot down by rebels. The entire crew was killed in the crash. Soldiers appeared and one shot at me. My dog went after him and shot him to pieces. He was my best friend. After all those speeches I gave about working together for peace, I thought everyone felt the same as I did. I'm sure the soldier who shot at me knew I was the Princess of Erusia. He was Erusian too. More soldiers have come. Now, there is no one left to protect me. I am so numb, I cannot move. I watch as one of their dogs approaches. It sniffs mournfully at my dead friend. I wonder if it grieves for him as much as I do. I can barely think. I feel weaker by the minute. I don't know who these soldiers are with, but I managed to take a sip of the water they gave me.
How long have you been here?
Somehow, I muster the courage to answer the woman's question. I tell her I've been there 3 days. They gather around me with grim looks on their faces. What would they do if they knew I was the Erusian princess? After searching the cockpit of the plane, the woman who spoke to me before came back to me.
This is an air-to-ground tactical radio. It still works!
I noticed she walked with a limp. She knelt down next to me and asked her companions to give me some food. And then, very softly, she said,
You see, I used to listen to your broadcasts, Your Royal Highness.
Just what did you see here?
Okay, enough talk. Your opinions have all been taken into consideration. Beyond the seizure of Forbanti, which is important, and supporting the Erusian officer. At this point, I just don't know what our strategy is, or what our mission will be. Radio communication is still patchy for both the military and civilians, so we're getting zip from Mission Command about our orders. Still, with countless Erusian forces in the area, it's too dangerous for us to stay around here waiting for a miracle. Now, regarding Count's suggestion to think about self-defense, I think we should make a break for Tyler Island. It was a large Osean base before the start of the war. Count says his previous squadron took part in an operation to seize control of the island. It has the only base that will get us to the space elevator without refueling. It's also a transport facility for supply ships that provide drones and ammo for arsenal birds. For the Osean forces that are looking to reclaim the space elevator, those are two great reasons in its favor. If everything went according to plan, the base may already be in Allied hands when we get there. Though based on what Count told me about the island operation, it won't be easy to seize control.
If the ground troops have managed to open the bridgehead, the transport route to Osea for supply ships should be available.
So much at stake, I can't imagine Erusia just giving it up without a fight. Things could really have gone bad. Even if there are enemies left, they should be pretty easy to suppress.
I just want to go home, man.
Me too. With that look on your face, Trigger, I know exactly what you want.
If Trigger's ready to kick ass, then so am I.
Damn straight. We're with you, Trigger.
It's decided then. Let's get all the aircraft and haul ass to Tyler Island. Although we can avoid the Arsenal Bird's anti-air network, there's still remnants from the Erusian forces. I want to get to the island without getting into any unnecessary combat. Pick a fast craft and fix it how you want. Pack for a long trip, but remember, if you drag your ass, you'll get left behind.
Strider Squadron, sortie ASAP.
This is Tango 2-3, pursued by multiple tanks and APCs.
They'll all go down if we don't pull back the landing craft. It's what? Abandoned Tango 2-3?
Something's not right.
Tango 2-3, we don't have the firepower to assist you. You're on your own.
Please, we need help!
Wagtail is on the Ocean landing ship. What's going on? What did you say?
Multiple bogies inbound. Damn it. Prepare for anti-air combat.
This is the AWACS Longcaster. The aircrafts in your area belong to the LRSSG.
Allied aircraft. A retreating vehicle is taking fire. Requesting assistance.
Roger. ID complete.
Their artillery fire just missed us off our starboard side. Our air support is here.
Strider 1, APC destroyed. Update us on Tyler Island.
Couldn't be worse. Our forces are scattered and on the run.
They're on the run?
We were waiting for retreating units here to carry them out to safety.
Thank God. Friendly birds.
Caution.
Do me a favor, Longcaster. Many of our allies are cut off. We need support and an escape route.
Understood. We'll do what we can. Let's help retreating Ocean forces. Take out any hostiles in their area. Don't engage till targets are ID'd.
The boots on the ground don't need more people shooting at them.
Thanks. It's absolute chaos out there. The Erusians are even starting to fight amongst themselves.
Well, now we know what's going on, but shit.
Missile.
Strider 1, target destroyed.
Calling friendly birds! Take out the hostiles in our area! Get us out of this hellhole! We need help when we're still up and running! It's fine. Take a little damage. There's more over here. The body might have destroyed. I don't think they were part of the fight. Yeah, they're all lined up. No, they're not combatants. Some of them aren't even wearing shoes. I can guess what happened here, but I really don't want to think about it. Yeah, but who's been faster? It's a blatant war crime! Take photos for evidence. If you see 3 strikes, count to 3, and the enemy's gone.
Our last vehicle has been destroyed. Let's get out of here.
Slow way.
Let's get moving! Hit the gas and don't let up until we reach the extraction point! I don't want to see anyone, hostile or friendly! I just got the photograph. detecting. Give us another 30 minutes. They never say they want to release children in the proper area.
Don't pursue too deep. We just need to buy some time. Open the bay until operation meeting time. Pull them away from the mass driver. Can't we flank the enemy's strength?
Erosion! Jesus, they're firing at each other. Is this the norm around here? It's all crazy people.
I count 12 dead bodies here. They seem to be upper middle class. The spaceport's nearby, so they could be researchers and a family. Most likely, they were involved with Delta.
We are in the middle of a mission to take back the mass driver. The supply ship is an munitions depot. It's highly combustible.
We're outnumbered. Heavy losses. We can't go on. Our guys even got the enemy airport. What do we do now? Send in the tank!
Allied retreat looks good. Target acquired.
You lose your legs and crawl. You can surrender when you lose your hands.
I have a solid lock.
Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you. Fox 2.
Go with us! Can you see the enemy APC from there? We're moving out! Leave the cat behind! We'll come back to this island one day and send them off properly. Get in the landing craft! Many thanks, Lancaster. We didn't have to leave our boys to die.
Understood. All aircraft, search every nook of the island. We're not leaving anyone behind.
Our only ally is the Erusian level forces. Don't mistake them for rebels.
Missile evaded.
I've got you.
We only need an hour tops. We need the advantage to pin the enemy down.
Strider 1, missile launched. Wait, multiple bogeys from the east.
Their timing tells me they're not here to bring good news.
We need to ID the bogeys. Take them down if they're hostile.
Understood.
Bogies inbound. Escort fighters, we're counting on you. Should we fire? Even if we're not fired upon? Of course. Chase off the bogies. There's no way they're ours. Almost there. Commence operation no return. These are unguided. Stay on course. Let's just get this done with.
Strider Squadron, you're near an armada of bogeys. Identify them.
Even my canopy's icing up.
Strider 1, target destroyed. Strider 1, we've identified the unknown targets. Strider 1, Fox 2. Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
Identification complete. It's Erusian bombers and their escorts.
Count's prophecy has come true. Take out all bombers. They'll flatten our allies.
Plenty of civilian casualties as well. Precision bombing is impossible in these conditions. Maybe they know they can't. We're gonna drop them all.
Careful, these guys are coming.
Trigger, boss, get over here quick!
island. We're running out of time.
Watch yourself. These guys are working together to bring us down. Destroy the mass driver complete. We're signaling our break with Belka. This is Graham 7, Fox 2.
Launch control, this is flight leader. All systems ready. We are a go for launch.
This is launch control. The enemy is closing. Confirm launch readiness. Affirmative. This is our last chance for Operation Feeding Time. Launch control. Roger that. Missile inbound. Jinking. Target locked.
More bombers approaching. Intercept them now.
Graham 7 here. Line stop. Be careful.
Missile.
Graham 2. Attack failed. Draw the enemy's attention here. Graham 8 locked on.
Missile.
Hostile has a lock.
Missile.
Strider 1. Target acquired. Intercept those bombers.
Missile.
The enemy.
Missile.
Only half the bombers remain. We can't let even one get away.
This is Graham 7. I'm behind my target.
Missile. Missile.
The bombers are about to reach the island. Shoot them down now.
Strider 3 launching missile.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Watch your chaff and flare supply.
Bombs away! Bombs away! Radicals and Oceans can burn in hell.
Carpet bombing? They can't be serious. How many do they think they'll kill? We've lost contact with the Oceans on the island. We failed.